Alrighty, so we are going to take a look at our new writing unit. We are going to be starting on informational text or informative writing. So we're going to start by taking a look at some informational text. So I'm going to switch over to Epic, which everybody has access to, and let's take a look at a couple of texts. So let's look at this one. So this is called Erupt, and it's from National Geographic. So if we take a look through this, we'll see kind of the things that we notice. Right? We have some photographs, some actual photographs. Some more photographs. We have these cool little bubbles that are telling us important kind of key terms. Little captions. We have a model, so like a drawn out model. Some more photos. More photos, and they're all labeled. Some more photos. Some drawings. Some more photos. Let's take a look at another text. Let's look at, we'll look at this one about LeBron James. So this is an informational text about LeBron James. So we'll see some photos and they're all captioned. So when you see these little like pieces of text with the photos, those are the captions. And some more photos. And if you notice, they are giving facts about LeBron James's life. These are some older pictures of LeBron James from when he was younger. So we're seeing, we're learning about his life. So it's kind of like a biography. We see some more photos. And let's look at one more text. Let's look at this one about NASA mathematician Katherine Johnson. So we have a table of contents explaining what each chapter is and what we're going to be learning about in each chapter. We have photos again. We have some bolded words, some bolded text, some important words, some quotes. We have more photos, more photos. Notice that all of these photos have a little caption on them. Some more quotes. Alrighty, so let's head back over here. So when we take a look, some examples of informative text would be like your science texts, your social studies text, some of your daily comprehension, some of those are informative, and things like newspaper articles or magazine articles from reputable sources. So while we looked at those texts, we noticed a couple of things. There are some things that we might see in some informational texts and some that we might not. But we might see maps, diagrams, infographics, photographs, actual photographs usually. Just the facts, ma'am. So we're only going to see facts in our informative text. We're not going to see the author's opinions or anything like that. So now let's talk about what is informative writing. So informative writing has a couple of different components. First, informative text focuses on a single topic or a single idea. So it doesn't really jump around a whole lot to different topics. Next, the purpose of informative text or of informational writing is to inform or teach readers about a specific topic, like about LeBron James or about volcanoes. It'll also include specific subtopics that are often addressed in separate paragraphs, or if it's in a book, maybe in separate chapters. So if you notice, when we looked at the book about LeBron James, we saw some subtopics, right? We saw the subtopic of like before he became a professional basketball player, and we saw some things from after, from while he was playing professional basketball. So those are different subtopics. We also saw subtopics in the text about volcanoes, right? There were the different types of volcanoes. There was a section about a famous volcano eruption, right? So there were different subtopics. It also starts with a strong opening to grab the attention of readers, right? Because sometimes we can associate informative text or informative writing with being kind of boring because it's just facts, there's no story. So we want to start with something strong, something exciting. We might start with a little bit of a story at the beginning, right? Maybe if we're writing about volcanoes, maybe we'll write about Mount Vesuvius or Mount St. Helens because that's really exciting to grab the attention of our readers. It also uses facts and details to support the ideas that are presented. So in informative writing, you are using the facts, using just the facts and details to support or to tell more about the ideas that are presented. You're not using opinions or I think that this is really cool or anything like that. It's just the facts. It also includes transition words and phrases to connect ideas. May include text features like headings, pictures, diagrams, tables, timelines, maps. Informative text does not have to have each one of these, but it normally will have a good number of them. And it ends with a strong conclusion to tie it all together. So you'll notice that a lot of parts of our informative writing are very similar to our personal narrative, right? We start with a strong hook or a strong lead, something to get our reader's attention. We end with a strong conclusion. We're using details. So there are some similarities there, but there are some differences because in a narrative, you're talking more about kind of maybe how you felt or how, like what you learned or something like that. Whereas in informative writing, you are just talking about the facts about a specific subject or a specific topic. All right. So I want you to start thinking about what kinds of topics you might be interested in writing about. Because in the next week or so, we're going to be kind of deciding on topics and talking about different topics. So start thinking about it. Don't kind of nail it down to one just yet, but just start thinking about different ideas. All right. If you have any questions, let me know.